this is the really cool thing that I wanted to show you guys. For those of you that are just seeing this or going to be seeing this later, and just joined my live, welcome, welcome. My name is Cindi. I'm at Simply Cindi. I am a medium. I love astrology. I have a lot of tools in my basket. Thank you for joining. If you guys could like, subscribe, and share. The algorithm doesn't know me anymore. I've been on since 2012, 13, somewhere through there. Yeah. As the months go on, things are going to be revealed. And August, I know we've been saying this a lot. June, July, August. I'd said this months ago. Like these are really progressions forward, and what I needed everybody to do at the time and still need everybody to do is you need to stay checked in with yourself. It's got to come from yourself, and that's how we're going to progress it out, right? So I'm trying to get you guys clear within yourselves. That's not an easy task because we have been masking, we have been doing what others required of us, what society wanted from us, what we were told, right? We are not in that space anymore, but we're not in the space where we can absolutely do what we want either. We're in the transition, and that's going to take a while. That's not a like, okay, after this month we're okay. This is going to take years because we have to start unraveling what we believe, what we know, what we thought we knew, what we thought we believed, right? And so that takes time. And I feel if I'm looking on the whole, I feel when this time frame for us, the summer of retrogrades, it's almost like the universe, because the universe is always helping us. It's almost like the universe is saying, this is the time for you to really reevaluate, for you to really assess, for you to really take a look at what's been going on, because we're about to make a jump. We're about to move forward. So we're going to give you, the universe is saying, we're going to give you a chance to like look at everything again. See what you really feel. See what you really believe. See who you want to take with you into this new space. See who you don't want with you into this new space, right? And that will bring me to this. So for, I don't know, a month, a couple months, I have been getting the same, like, what's going on? I'm feeling anxious. I can't sleep. What's going on? I feel like something's coming. Something big's coming. And yeah, we're seeing sort of evidence of something coming. And I've said that too. I've said, yeah, I can tell something's coming too. I've been really open about this stuff this time. I've been really authentic as I can be. I still have parameters, but as authentic as I can be. So I don't know what made me look at the last time I had that. Oh, that's what it was. It was the last time that I had this kind of feeling of like something's coming. Remember, I told you guys right before COVID hit, I got really sick about 2 weeks before. Like I was on the toilet sick, and I was with my daughter. My daughter was living with me. She had just had the baby, so she had just had my grandson. And I got really sick, and I was like, I don't know what's coming, but it's big. I have no idea. Da 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 da. And I was just sick, 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 sick. And so I'm not sick, 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 but I am feeling that same sort of feeling. And then I'm hearing from everybody else, like something's coming. I feel really weird. Something's going on. And so what made me look back into that is because the last time I felt that, like on that scale. And so what I did was I looked at December 21st, 2020, which is in the outer wheel. So that's where the stars, the planets, everything was at in 2020, December 21st. And if you remember that, that's right before or right when, because we don't know the exact date that COVID hit. But that was also the date of what we call the Great Conjunction, right? So in December 21st of 2020, we had the Great Conjunction, right? And let me look at my notes so that I don't mess this up. So Saturn and Jupiter in 2020 were at 0 degrees Aquarius. So they were right here at Aquarius, right? And we had the Great Conjunction. And we knew that this was the Great Conjunction was it was going to set us on a new path. It was going to set us to a new space. It was going to do that. The reason that we are feeling the way that we are feeling is because we are in tune. That's really, really good that we are in tune with these planets, with Mother Earth, with the universe, with energy. And I can show you. This is why I love astrology, because where the Great Conjunction was putting us on a new path, look what's there right now. Can y'all see that? That's Pluto. Pluto is at 0 degrees on August 16th. It's at 0 degrees Aquarius, which is where the Great Conjunction is. Not just that, look at the other planets, right? So if we look at Neptune, that has to do with viruses, that has to do with bacteria, that has to do with stuff like that. That was where it was at on the 18th, 18 degrees of Pisces in 2020. What's there on the 16th? That's Saturn. That's right next to Pisces, right? So this is what was going on in 2020. This is what's going on today. So when this happens, we call this an activation. The energy is being activated again. Will it be the exact same thing? No, because we've grown, because our perception is different, because we have changed some things, right? But we still have that feeling because that has been activated. So Pluto on the 16th of August is like, okay, let's take a look at this new timeline. Let's take a look at what happened, because I'm at this spot where humanity changed. I'm at the spot where humanity started taking a look at themselves, right? And Saturn is the same thing. He's like talking to Neptune and saying, okay, Neptune was right here. We're going to take a look at this again. What do you believe? What do you understand? What are you willing to move forward with, right? And then we have the North Node at the North Node at 7 degrees, but it's still activating this 4 degrees Chiron, which we just went over. So Chiron was at 4 degrees with the moon, your emotions, how you perceive things, the way that you're going to decide to move in Aries. And at that time, that's where the North Node was. Have we moved through the new timeline? Have we learned to work with these wounds, right? Excuse me. And then look at Chiron. Chiron on the 16th is going to be retrograde. So Neptune's retrograde, Saturn's retrograde, and it's having us look at this energy marker again. Like we're feeling that same energy because it's activated. It's activating that space, that vibration, right? That frequency. What have we learned? What did we believe? What did we think we saw, but we didn't see, or we thought we saw it one way, but we didn't. And then Chiron is like, in order to move through this North Node, we have to reinvestigate this Chiron, which is retrograde here, and Mars. So it was aggressive at the time. It was angry at the time. It was cutting things off at the time. And so Chiron is asking us in the retrograde, have you done those things? Have you stood up for yourself? This marker is being activated, right? And then where the North Node was in 2020, Mars is here, right? So Mars is involved, Chiron's involved, the moon's involved, Neptune's involved, Saturn's involved, Pluto's involved, Aquarius is involved, Jupiter's involved. Uranus was at 27 degrees. There's nothing going on that specific day, but it's going to be moving in that direction, right? Because Uranus is in Gemini now, right? And where was Uranus? Uranus was right here. So Uranus was retrograde in Taurus in 2020. It is now at the 27th degree of Taurus, right? So that specific space is not being activated, but this north node where we were trying to move through at the time is being activated by Jupiter and Mars over here, right? Does that make sense to you guys? So with this being activated, with this being activated, with this spot being activated, this spot being activated, with these all working together to activate, it's making us feel, for a reason, there's a reason for this, right? And we can get the clues to the reason by looking at what these planets represent in these houses and where we were at and where we're at now and what are we trying to rediscover, because it's all retrograde. So we're reevaluating, rediscovering this part, this part, this part. Does that make sense to you guys? That's why we're feeling the way that we're feeling. We're feeling like we felt in 2020, where some of us kind of knew something was coming, right? And something did come, right? But because we are not where we were in 2020, we were all busy. We were all looking at outside of ourselves. We were all just heads down, working, doing whatever, right? We are in a different space now. A lot of people are in survival mode. A lot of people have gone through the survival mode and they're at peace. A lot of people are building a different way. A lot of people have been paying attention in the last 4 years. You're not going to do one over on me this time. I'm going to be aware. I'm going to pay attention. That's kind of how our society has moved to. And because it's the same energy being activated for good reason, it just excited me when I was like, oh, that's why all these points are being activated again. Again, the universe is here to help us. These planets are here to help us. They're not here to stunt us. They're here to work with us, to help us. Mother Earth is here to help us. They're here to work with us. So there's a reason that these points are being activated. There's a reason that we're feeling the way that we're feeling. But I just thought that was amazing. Let me look at my notes. Sorry. So Pluto's just asking us with this, because the Great Conjunction was about the new space that we were going to, the new cycle that we were going to be in. And we're going to be in this cycle, I looked, until 2153. Okay? So we're going to be in this cycle that we started back in 2020 until 2153, right? So with Neptune, at 18 degrees in Pisces, Uranus at 6 degrees in Taurus, right? And then Uranus is up here right now. We have to see, like, we're learning a different way, even though our resources are being disrupted, even though things don't feel stable. We are working on making them stable. That's what this area is saying, right? This area is saying, what do we believe in? And this area is saying, who are we? And what do we want to become or be in this new space, right? But we have to be honest with ourselves. And there are things that we're going to have to let go of with this. That makes sense to you guys? Because where we're moving to is not just about us. It's about us and everyone else. But isn't that interesting? This is why I love astrology, because I can see it. This is why we're feeling the way that we're feeling. And as we progress, we're going to see what's going to happen. If I just look into the energy as a medium, right, in my psychic stuff, If I just feel in the energy and look in the energy, I say something's coming in October, November. Um, yeah. But again, my belief, because I'm feeling void, I'm feeling empty space, I'm feeling just empty space when I look into the election. So that's one thing, right? But I feel like there's more. I feel like the way that they're going to make this happen, or I mean, I have to study the charts more, but I just happened to see this, and I was like, now I can explain to everybody why they're feeling the way that they're feeling. So this is just the chart that's on here now. Wherever Capricorn falls in your chart, wherever Aquarius falls in your chart, wherever Pisces falls in your chart, wherever Aries falls in your chart, wherever uh, Taurus falls in your chart, wherever Gemini falls in your chart. Like, we need to be paying attention to all of that, right? That's why all these retrogrades. But in the middle of that, life still goes on. Society is still moving forward. And so there are things that are going to be happening. But there's a way for us to see, oh, okay, is it going to look a lot like the last time? Is it going to look, this is what those patterns, the cyclical patterns can show us. That's why I like astrology, because it helps. Does that make sense? Okay. I just thought that was interesting. This is what I'm like researching and looking at charts and studying. This is what I'm doing. And then when I saw this, I was like, oh, I got to tell everybody, because everybody has that same, something's going to happen. So what's going to happen? I feel so anxious. I can't sleep. I can't, and I'm just telling you, you're in a better, so I'm telling you this because I want you to know that you're feeling the energy and the vibration and the frequency, right? So you're in tune. The other thing is that you're paying attention, and that's a good thing, because the last time you weren't paying attention, we all weren't paying attention, right? And this time, which means it's not going to be like the last time. It's going to be very different, which is what I said about 8 months ago. It's going to be very different. I've told you guys, we just got to get through 2026 into 2027, right? It's not going to be easy, but that's where like a lot of the manifestation is going to, I'm not saying that there's not going to be manifestation up until 26 and 27, but I'm saying it's going to be easier manifestation in 2026, 2027, the end of 26 into 27. Does that make sense?